Okay, what I'm showing you now is a legacy rig. I'm using a product from Corda called Supernatural. And this one is gravel brown. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I do this. Right, start off, what I'm using here is I'm using Sharp Tackles hooks, and again, love the products. This one's a size 8, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I make this legacy rig. First of all, put it through the back of the hook, so like as if you're doing a normal standard hair rig. Yeah, and this time grab yourself, if you can see that, a size 14 swivel, and that sits lovely on a size 8. You can go slightly, say, to size 12 on the bigger hooks, but I tend to use the size 14s, and so on. So anyway, so you've got that, you've gone through the eye of the hook, poking out through the back. I'm now putting this swivel on this. Instead of taking a hair, I'm putting this swivel on. Now, as you can see, if I lay that on there, you can see what's happened. I've gone through there, put a swivel, and there's the tail end. Right, that tail end needs to go back through the eye of the hook. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this. It's not always easy, but when you're doing it on film, the pressure's there. Like I said, when you do it on film, the pressure's there, so that goes through the back of the eye of the hook, like so. And again, if I lay that on there, you'll see what I've done. Yeah, there's the tail that I've come back through. So you've gone through the back, put size 14 swivel on, gone back through with your tail, or what would be your normal hair. And then what we do now is we lay this along the back of the hook as such, and then we whip it up about 6 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you would do with a KD rig, you pull this back. So you do again another about 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I always come back a couple of times like that, and then what you do is you just trim off what you don't need, what you know, rough length of hook, trim off. So basically what you've got now is, again, you've whipped up 6 times, and that's basically your hair, and then you whip up another 4 times, come back a couple of times, and again this long section of your hook link goes back through the eye as if as on the knotless knot style rig. Now I'm trying to get this through. It does go through. It's just obviously I've cut. I haven't done a clean enough cut on the rig material. Just give it a little bit of a guide. It goes in. And what you're doing now is, again, like I said, you give it a bit of a pull. What I tend to do is I tend to just get my nail, pull that all down, the whipping down and stuff like that. Okay. Now then, that's the hook as it link so far as is. As you can see, I've whipped that, and this is going to be this. You're going to pull this, and this is going to bring this swivel to right close to the back of the hook there. Okay. Now I'm going to have to do this off camera because I'm going to use my teeth, because again, this whipping holds this all in place with friction, you see, a bit like how the knotless knot works. So I might be lucky enough to put, no, I'm not going to do. See, what I've done there is, as you can see, I've pulled it down, and now that swivel is sitting lovely. I pulled it down only just enough, so you've got lots of little bit of movement there, but just enough just to sit on the back of the hook. And obviously this section now, you cut about that wasted tail there, you cut about 1 centimetre away from your hook, from your eye, and then keeping everything away from your lighter, get your lighter and just, the wind's not helping here, so I'm just going to do this off camera because the wind's not helping. Okay, as you can see, what I've done is, if I bring this up to the camera, I don't know if you can see it in focus, but there's what I've done there with the, I've melted that, and then basically that ain't going nowhere, and that's basically the legacy rig. Now what you do then is you could tie your wafter or pop-up however you wish. You could either go round the outside of the boilie or through the boilie. I tend to go through the wafters and through the through the pop-ups, and then I use bait floss, which is not here, which is just off camera. If you pass me that, Josh. I use bait floss, and then I would tie the wafter onto here or pop-up, and basically, as you can see how it sits, when it's on the bottom it sits flat like that with a wafter, and that gives that a little bit of weight, not a great deal, but that swivel gives that a little bit of weight, not a great deal, and it just look how aggressive that hook is. And what I will say is we've used this on fake maize pop-ups, wafters, 14mm, 16mm, and again, just everything is just perfect with the hook hold. You know, give us a go, guys. I've shown you how to make it now. Give us a go. You'll be very, very surprised how good your hook holds are. I've yet to lose a fish on it. I'll be straight with you. I've used it for over a year now. It's something I made in the 1990s, early 90s. Why I left from it, I don't know. I think the problem is when you're young and you're into carp fishing, you do tend to follow a bit of fashion or what's become suddenly fashionable. And I do think, like I say, it is a case of sort of go with what you're confident with. But me, I'm absolutely 100% confident with this, 110% confident. Well, that's the legacy rig, and all you do to finish this off here is you can put an anti-tangle sleeve on there. What I normally do is do a simple figure of 8 knot on this. Just pull that down, and then what I do is this, and I should have another one around here somewhere. I don't know what I've done with my other. I don't know what I've done with the other one. There it is. And like I say, just so you feel a little bit more, just give that a little bit of a pull. And like I said, that rig is ready to go. Bit of anti-tangle sleeve on there if you wish. You can run a little bit of Sharp Tackle putty. Again, another product from Sharp Tackle, the putty. Very soft, very supple. You can run that on there and it'll just sink lovely. And but that's the legacy rig, guys. You know, have a go, get on it. You know, works brilliantly with wafters, I promise you. You won't. I'll be very surprised if you lose fish on it. You know, because I haven't. But there we are. That's how it's done. Give it a go.